Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another favourites video. I haven't done one of these in a while and this was supposed to be summer favourites, but I feel like I've missed the boat again, so this is just going to be current favourites. And as usual, it's going to be a mix of everything. I have some beauty in here, some fashion, lifestyle, handbags of course, a bit of everything. So I hope you guys enjoy and I'm going to get stuck right in. So first up are the beauty items, and the first product I'm going to talk about is the Jason Wu for Quarterly Beauty Alexia spray. I've really been enjoying this. I have had the full size version before and I used it up and I think it's just a great product. I wasn't always so consistent with using that though, because it was a bit too bulky to take with me on a daily basis, whereas if you get it in the travel size it's obviously a lot easier. So I have been taking this with me to work and just giving myself a spritz halfway through the day, and I've just really been enjoying it. There's nothing particularly fancy about this one except for the packaging. I think that's all Jason Wu collaborated on because the spray seems exactly the same to me, but I like Jason Wu and I thought it was pretty packaging, so I decided to splurge on it, and I'm glad I did because it reminded me of how great I think this product is. And you literally just kind of spray it on your face, just one squirt will do, and just helps kind of brighten up your makeup and just make you feel a little bit more refreshed, I think. So I've really been enjoying this. Next up is this powder from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I have mine in the shade Fair, which is number 1. It just looks like so. The packaging, as usual, is beautiful from Charlotte Tilbury. I really like it and I love this powder. My brother and his now wife gave this to me for my birthday and I've been obsessed. I wasn't looking for a new powder. I really like the ones I have, but this one is a serious contender. It's very, very fine, so there's no colour or anything, or if there is, it's very, very light, but it just makes your skin look super flawless, very airbrushed as it says, and I just be really impressed with it. So this has been my go-to powder for the past couple of weeks and I really, really like it. It's a really good one, so well worth the splurge if you're looking for a new powder or just are a bit curious. Next up is a cuticle oil, and it's the C&D Solar Oil Nail and Cuticle Conditioner. And I've really been enjoying this. I researched a few different ones and I have used a few different ones in the past. This one got rave reviews though, so I decided to give it a go and I've really been enjoying it. My nails have felt a little bit weaker than usual recently, so I wanted to give them a little extra boost to try and strengthen them. And you literally just kind of paint this on your cuticles and rub it in and let it dry. So it's perfect for keeping on your desk at work and using just, you know, while typing emails and letting it dry that way. So I've been doing this pretty consistently and I've just been loving the results. I have noticed a difference in my nails and it just seems to be quite a nice oil. So other ones I've tried have been quite greasy or they don't absorb very quickly, but this hasn't been too bad at all. So I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for something that gives a little boost to your nails. Next up is a palette, and it's this highlighter palette by Becca, and this is from the Jaclyn Hill collaboration, and the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. Not that you can see that, but I will try and insert a close-up, and this is so super pretty. I'm a big fan of the highlighter Champagne Pop, and this palette does include that as well as a few others as well. So I can read the names. So there is Rose Spritz Blush, Amaretto Blush, Pamplemousse Blush, the Champagne Pop highlighter, and also the Prosecco Pop highlighter as well. So I have really been loving this, just such pretty shades. The blushes are really nice. This one's a tiny bit too dark for me, but I do love the pink ones, and then also just the highlighters are amazing as well. So this is definitely kind of an unnecessary purchase, a bit of a guilty pleasure, but really lovely nonetheless. So if you're into your highlighters or just a fan of the Champagne Pop shade, then give this a go because it's just such a pretty piece of makeup. I mean, look at that. The packaging and everything is just gorgeous. My last beauty favourite is the Hydra Beauty Microsome from Chanel. This is the first piece of Chanel skincare that I've tried and I've really been impressed. I hauled this on my channel a few weeks ago and I've been using it ever since, and I have noticed a bit of a difference in my skin. I use it at night just after toning and cleansing, and I use it instead of a moisturiser, and it hydrates my skin beautifully. It also leaves it very soft and smooth and just generally a bit nicer. So I've really been liking this. Obviously I haven't been using it for months and months, so I can't give a full review, but I think this is definitely a serious contender for a repurchase, which I don't often do with new skincare. I'm quite fickle, but I've really been loving this, and even though it's quite pricey, I do think it's worth the money. I also wanted to mention one product which isn't a favourite, but I hauled it in the same video as I did my Chanel skincare, and I said I would give a quick update on it because it is a pricey one. So this is from SK-II and it's the Skin Signature 3D Redefining Mask. I'm a big fan of SK-II skincare. I've been using it for about 2 years now, and they're just items that I repurchase over and over again because I think they really work. I've been less impressed with this though. I did have quite high hopes for it, and it basically is a mask. So this is one mask. It comes in 2 parts and it's a sheet mask. So this is the top part for the top part of your face, and then you have one for the bottom part of your face, and you pretty much just connect the two. And I mean, it's definitely nice. It's very luxurious. You can tell your skin feels a little bit softer and smoother afterwards, but for the price, it's not earth-shatteringly amazing, and considering how expensive these are, I was expecting much more dramatic results, which I just didn't see. So if you're really into masks and want something just a little bit luxurious to help you relax, then you might want to try this. But if you're expecting kind of major results for your skin, this definitely didn't deliver for me, unfortunately. My next favourite are a jewellery favourite, and it's this pair of earrings. I got these for my birthday and I've been wearing them pretty much constantly ever since. They're by Monica Vinader. I will try and insert close-ups because I know you can't really see these, but I've really been enjoying them. I have been drawn to them so much just because they're so easy to wear. They go with literally anything, and they're also perfect for day to night as well. So they have just the right amount of sparkle to make them appropriate enough for office, but also pretty enough for evening as well. So big fan of these. I will hopefully insert a close-up of me wearing them as well, but yeah, absolutely love these. I think they're so pretty. Next up, I have a clothing favourite, and it's this pair of leggings from Lululemon, and these might not look anything special, you know, they're just very kind of bog standard plain leggings, but I love these. So I've gone through a bit of an evolution with Lululemon leggings. So at first I really liked the Wonder Unders, and then I tried the High Times pants, sorry, and I completely fell in love. I just love them. And then I tried these, and these have been a bit of a game changer for me. So these are the Align pants, which is supposed to be kind of like a second skin, and they're just amazing. They are so soft and so comfortable, and these have completely replaced any actual leggings I've worn for kind of errand running or just layering. I just be wearing these. Even though they're sports leggings, I don't really use these for sports. I just use them for general wear, and I haven't been able to take them off. They're just seriously the most comfortable leggings ever. These are definitely pricey. I think they're like £88, which for leggings is so much money, I know, but I really do think these are worth it. They're very stretchy, so you know, they're very comfortable to wear, but it's just so soft, the fabric, and they're flattering, they hold you in, they're opaque, they're just everything that I want in a legging. These are them. So if you haven't tried them yet, I would highly recommend going to a Lululemon store, because I saw the reviews and I just wasn't sure. I was like, oh well, you know, they're probably just another pair of leggings, but I have not tried leggings like these before, so highly recommend. Next up, I have 2 kind of entertainment favourites, I guess, although this is more of self-help, I don't know, but it's a book and it's called The Miracle Morning. I'm on my 2nd time reading this now, and I love this book. If you're into self-help books, then I really recommend you checking this out. It's basically a program to help you achieve your maximum capacity. That's not the right term. Your best self in life, I guess. So I read this and I was a bit skeptical, but I started doing the Miracle Morning, which is essentially an hour every morning where you dedicate to improving yourself in some way. And so I haven't kept it up. I've got to admit, I don't do the full hour, but I do 20 minutes in the morning, where I do a slightly more condensed version. If you do the full hour, more power to you. I want to probably try and get back to doing a full hour, but it has been a little bit crazy hectic, so I've just been doing 20 minutes, and I've been doing the meditation and the gratitude journal, and I've really been enjoying it. So if you like this sort of stuff, then I would definitely recommend this. I really loved it, and just such an inspiring story as well. Next up is a TV favourite, and I don't watch a whole ton of TV, but when I like something, I get completely hooked, and I started watching The Newsroom, which is quite an old show. It's from a few years ago, so it's not something that you'll be able to see in its kind of continued running. Unfortunately, it ended after only 3 seasons, but they were an amazing 3 seasons, and I cannot recommend this show highly enough. If you like politics, then you'll probably like this. It's not a particularly political show, but it kind of has some themes running through it, and it's just so great. I was completely hooked. I finished it all in like a month, which is pretty unheard of for me, and yeah, just very highly recommended. And I really feel like it kind of made me a better person, which is kind of funny, but I was talking about this with Dan and he completely agreed with me. So if you like that sort of stuff, then definitely check it out. It's well worth spending your time on it because it's just wonderful. Last up are my accessories favourites, and the first one are these pair of shoes from Jean Vito Rossi. I have these in the grey and the black, and I absolutely absolutely love them, so much so that I got them in another colour, and I think I love these even more than the original pair I have. I think the white combination is just so lovely. These aren't a true white, I think they're maybe slightly more ivoryish, but still really easy to pair and just very summer appropriate. So I've been loving these. I've been wearing them pretty much non-stop, which if you follow me on Instagram you will probably have noticed I wear these a lot, but they're just so comfortable. I think they're definitely becoming my favourite designer shoe because they're very walkable, very comfy, and they just seem to go with everything. So big thumbs up for these. I did get them in a half size too big, which is why I've had to put a heel guard on them. I got them in the same size as my other pair, and I did know those were too big, but I got these on sale and they were the last ones in my size, so I decided just to make them work, and I've been loving them ever since. Now I have two bag favourites to share with you, and these are both no-brainers for me to include. I've been enjoying them both so much. So the first one is this Chloe Dru bag. I got this for my birthday. It was a treat from me to me, and I've really been liking it. It's definitely a girly jewelry-esque type bag, so it's not the most practical. It does take a little while to get in and out of, but I've been loving it nonetheless. I wore it to my brother's wedding a couple of weeks ago, or is it last week? I think it was actually last weekend, gosh. It feels like much longer ago, but it was only last week, and I loved it. And I also wore it all the next day as well. We were going shopping and just out and about, and this was surprisingly practical. It does fit a fair bit in, and the strap is much more comfortable than I thought it would be. I was a bit concerned that it would be quite an uncomfortable bag to wear, but it really isn't at all. I wore it crossbody as well, which I hardly do with any bags, just because I find crossbody quite uncomfortable to wear. It can kind of dig into my shoulder, especially if the bag's quite heavy, and I just don't generally like doing it, but this was really comfy. I was wearing it with a coat though, and so it's less comfortable if you don't have any kind of padding, but I really loved it nonetheless, so definitely a favourite for me. And then my last favourite is this Neville. I adore this bag. I have spoken about this pretty recently, so I'm not going to go on about it, but it's definitely been my go-to summer bag over the past few weeks, and I haven't been able to get enough. I would highly recommend this if you're thinking about getting it. Even with the lining issues I mentioned in my recent purchase update, I still do really like it. I did get a few questions on how I clean the lining, and I literally just use a Dettol antibacterial wipe, and I also use a bit of Vanish spray if that doesn't work, and that seems to do the trick. So I need to go in and have a proper clean, but I have really been liking this bag, and it's just the perfect summer tote, I think, especially in the rose ballerine lining. So undoubtedly a favourite for me from the past couple of months. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of these items, then let me know in the comment section, and I will leave links to everything in the description section. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.